So you just bought Minecraft, the Java edition, and you want to play with some friends online, but you realize that the multiplayer is just a little bit weird, and you don't understand why. You're like, why can't my friends see me multiplayer? That doesn't make a lot of sense. So there's actually a weird way to go about making it work without paying for realms, and I'm going to take you through that today. So let's get to it. So we'll bring that down. The first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go here. We're going to go to minecraft.net/en-us/download/server. And then you're going to want to come down here to this part, download Minecraft server, and it will run with the following command. So we're going to click that. We're going to download that. So we're just going to go to open in, we'll just show in folder. We'll bring this down. So what you're going to want to do after this part is you're going to want to create a folder. So go to your desktop. You can put it anywhere you want, but for this purposes, we're going to do it right here on the desktop. Go to folder, and I'm going to name it Minecraft server YouTube test. Right? Bring that back over here. Boom. All right, so then you're going to want to open this baby up. So here's your folder. We're going to bring this over here, and you're going to want to drag this over into this particular folder. Now, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to create a new text document in here. And we're going to name this text document Start Text. And we're going to open up Start Text, and you're going to want to go back to the website here. That's not the website. This is the website. And you're going to want to copy this whole thing right here. So we'll copy that. We'll bring that down. You're going to input it in here. And what I recommend that you do, if you got a system that can do this, is you're going to want to make these numbers a little bit bigger. So at first you can stick with this. So what this thing right here means is that it's going to use 1 GB of your RAM to run this server. So I recommend that you should run it with at least 2 GB, especially if there's going to be more than, like, say 2 or 3 people on here. And like the bigger your world gets, the more RAM you're going to want to use for that. I always start off with 2. So it's 2048 for 2 gigs. So 2048, and we're going to go over here to this one and also name it 2048. Now, there's a few other things that you're going to want to do here. You're going to want to hit enter after this, and you're going to want to put pause, P-A-U-S-E. So what you're going to do now is you're going to hit enter after this to bring this down a line, and then you're going to type in @ and you're going to do it in caps, echo off. And so what's going to happen here now is it's going to run this for you, and then it's going to pause. And this is so when your server gets up and running, it's not going to just immediately close the window after it's done doing its thing. So then we're going to file, and then we're going to save that, and then we're going to do one more thing. We're going to save as. We're going to delete. We're going to do start. Whoopsie. Start.bat. Star.bat. We got to hit all the buttons right, and boom. Okay, so now we can close out of that. That's good to go. It opened up a Windows batch file now. So that's no problem. So first, let's just double click this. An error accessing file. Oh, okay. So I'm glad that this happened. This is going to happen to you. So press any key to continue. See, if we didn't put that pause in there, we wouldn't know that. So what's happening here is it's trying to find this whole, it's trying to find this whole thing right here. And there is not anything in here that has this name. So we got to copy this. We're going to click over here. We're going to click one more time so we can rename this, and we'll paste. Boom, we're done. So now it should work. So let's go ahead and close this, and we're going to start. Boom. Okay, here we go. We're starting. It's got all the stuff going on. All right, so failed to load properties file, failed to load EULA text. So you need to agree to the EULA in order to run the server. So go to the text. No problem. So now we got the end user license agreement. So we double click this, And we need to change this to true. And then we file, and then we go to save, and we close that window, and we go back to start.bat and open that baby up. And let it run through its thing. In the meantime, coffee. Ah, coffee. So while this loads up, I'm going to tell you that this isn't quite done yet. There's a few other things that you and I are going to have to go through to make sure that, A, if you have anybody else in your household who wants to play with you, they can access your server, and B, so your friends can access your server. So it's now loaded in. This is great. So again, we're happy. We're happy that we're here. All right, so we can just bring this down for now, and then we're gonna go ahead and bring this down, and that's good to go. And we're gonna close this. So what you need to do now is you need to go to start, and you need to type in CMD for command prompt. And once you're here, you need to type in ipconfig. Now what it's going to do for you is it's going to find you all of your IP addresses. This is important. You're going to need this. So this is the IP address that you want. This is your IP4 address. And then you're also going to want to know what your default gateway IP address is, which is this guy right here. So what you can do is you can copy and paste this to a text document if you want. So you need one more thing. You need to go back to Google here. We're gonna open this thing, and you need to search, what is my IP? And lovely, it's gonna show me my, oh my God, it's gonna show me the wrong IP address. Lovely. You're looking for your IP4 address. Well, it's not gonna show up right there for me, so I'm gonna go to a different IP address, and you're looking for your IP4 address, and it's gonna be this number here. For the love of God, do not show people this number, okay? Do not do that unless you want them to be on your server. Don't show them like the IP6 address here. This is all going to be blurred out for you guys because it's private. You do not need to see this stuff. Okay, so now since this weirdly didn't show me my... Since it weirdly didn't show me my IP4 address, but you should just be able to Google it, and it should be right there. If not, just click one of those websites just below, and it'll show your IP4 address. So you need to remember this, okay? So once you get that IP address, again, I'm just going to copy mine. I'm going to copy. Okay, so now here's where things get slightly more complicated. You're going to have to do something called port forwarding. I promise it's not very complicated in certain aspects, but you're going to have to do it. So what that means is you're going to have to type in your default gateway, that gateway that I talked about earlier underneath the command prompt. It's going to say default gateway, and it's going to be something along the lines of, for me, it's 192.168.0.1. And I know everything, so it's going to log right in for me. Okay, so here we go. I'm at my default gateway. This is my router, and this is how this is going to have to work, and you're going to have to figure this out specifically for your router. They're all a little bit different, but they all are going to do the same thing, unless your router's angry like mine is and it won't freaking port forward because it hates me, but that's beside the point. This will work for most people unless your IP address is being a big fat jerk. So go to your advanced setting. For me, it's advanced setup, and it's port forwarding and port triggering. And then you need to go to add a new service here. So all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do add a custom service. Now I'm gonna type in a service name. In this case, it's gonna be Minecraft. I've already done this. And then in your external starting port and your ending port, it's 25565. Same here, 25565. You want your internal port to be 25565, and your ending port will be the same. So then you need to type in your IP address, your internal IP address. That's the IP4 that you got off of your IP config off of Windows, off of the command prompt. So for me, it's 192.168.0.15. And then for this bottom here, for me, it's a specific single address. So that's where I have to type in what mine is. So you're not gonna be able to see this, but you type in your IP4 public address. Make sure that's what you're typing in. So mine is that, and then it's I don't remember it off the top of my head. It's this right here, and okay, and then and boom, there that is. So what you also have to do is you have to remember what your external IP address is for one more reason. So in this case, so we're done here. Everything's good. Everything's happy. We're going to apply this. And then we're going to close this. And then we're going to bring this down. And now it's time to restart your server. You could have stopped this in the interim, but it's okay. So I'm going to hit stop. Sorry, it's can't be caps. There we go. Press any key to continue. And we're going to go back to the server YouTube test. We're going to reopen it up. Now, what you're going to have to do for your friends, it's going to be a little bit different for in your house, but for your friends, you're going to have to give them your public IP address plus the port, which is 25565. I'm going to show you how that's going to look here in just a second. So I'm going to start up Minecraft here, and then once we get into Minecraft, I'll show you how that works. Okay, so when you're here in Minecraft, when your friends are here in Minecraft, they're going to go to multiplayer, and they're going to go to, you're going to want to have them add a server and name the server whatever they want to name it, and then they're going to type in your public IP address. So for me, it is, you don't get to see this, sorry. So for me, it is going to be this and this and this and this. And then, this is very important, what you have to have them do is type in the 25565. So it could look, your public IP address could be anything from 168 to 152 to 302 to 111. And then you want to do the colon here, not the semicolon, I think. And then 25565. That's what you have to do. Make sure that this is what it should look like. But in the instance of people who are in your own house, this is going to be a little bit different. So the people in your own house need to go directly to your IP address. So for me, it's 192.168.0, whoopsie, .15. And then boom. And so now you can see that I have two different things going on here because they're actually both connected to the same server. They're connected to the same thing. I only have one server running, but they're both running to my IP address. It's just fine. So we'll join the world and away we go. So here we are. This is the new Minecraft world for me. And there we go. So even though this is on my machine, if I don't try to connect through the multiplayer version, then I can't connect to my server. So that's it. That's the basics. That's how a multiplayer server works. And if you want a friend to be the one who's running the server, they're going to have to go through the same process that you and I have just gone through. So yeah, I hope this helps you guys. I hope that somebody really got something out of this, and if I did not clarify something specifically with you, then please go ahead and ask me in comments. I do try to reply to comments. Sometimes there's so many and I don't have all the time in the world, but I will absolutely do my best to help as best as I can. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube goodies, and I will see you in the next one. Where we will be talking about resource packs and shaders. Those will be the next. That's will be the next fix it video that we talk about. Anyways, guys, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good day.